Okay, hi again. So it has been roughly half an hour. I guess this is a typical time if you were to sit at, any restaurant or kedai kopi or whatever. All right, so just let's have a look. But before we start that, I'll just show you this. So if you're aware with paper straw, my kid just drank from this. I think I gave her. Probably she used it in like 10 second 15 second, and then you have this. So if you were sharing with your kid this kind of straw, in the end you won't be using this straw, or you have um, basically you probably wouldn't be using this straw anyway. So put that aside. So let's see what happens to the straws. Okay. Alright, so the feeling of this one, this is the rice straw. You could feel, that starchy feeling, sticky feeling, kind of sticky. So I'm not quite sure overall if you was to leave it, it will affect the whole flavor, but you won't be drinking this for too long. But I said this is hard and heavy, and if we was to throw away in the bin, for example, it probably make a big hole, and you have to find another way of disposing this. All right, so this is a paper straw. So if you was to use this half an hour, 30 minutes, 1 hour, I guess it will still be okay. But you have that paper feeling. Okay. Alright, you still have that paper feeling, and if you was to bite it, as I said, the one used by my daughter, even if you're the type of person who bites in living, you will not have that satisfaction of drinking from a paper straw. So I think this is common, everyone have that feeling. Alright, let's have a look at this one. Okay, the PLA straw. This is, to me, the closest you have, or basically it's just like the normal plastic straws. But people do say that you don't have enough of this, even though the price can be quite cheap. This can come up to 5 cents, 10 cents kind of thing in the price. If you come at the right time, it may become cheaper. But you're looking at a value of a few cents, 5 cents, 6 cents, 7 cents per piece. And if you were to compare this to your normal straw, if you go for the lowest quality of the plastic straws, sometimes you can get them for 1 cent or even half a cent. But if you go to a typical Starbucks or whatever, the price of straws 10 cents, 20 cents. It's relatively still cheap in terms of the overall product to sell them. Okay, so it's not that significant in terms of the price per straw. Alright, so this is the what do you call it? The sugarcane straw, right? So, as I showed you earlier, it somehow easily breaks at the top. Not at the top, basically. It breaks sideways, longitudinal, coming down. But I said, because I bent it earlier, you have the air holes inside, so if you drink it, you still have that feeling of drinking, not from a straw, but from a broken straw. So this one, the last one here, this is the OPT straws. Right, integrity is still there, still nice. Okay, the feeling is still there. Let's try to have break and see. Okay, he also breaks. So I guess it has similarity to the corn, the sugarcane. Okay, sugarcane and and OPT source. Okay, I guess the materials are based on a fiber-based plastic or bioplastic. Both claim to be biocompostable. Alright, so rice is also biocompostable. So these are just the straws that we have a look. So I'll just put them aside. Alright, so typically in price, the different straws. I'll just open this one. This is okay. So you have all this. What am I missing? Oh, I don't have enough. Yeah. Okay. So the 5 straws I have with me here. Okay, sorry, I only have that. Alright, your sugarcane, paper straw, OPT straw, rice straw, and also the PLA. In terms of pricing, the sugarcane straw was the highest. I bought all this from Shopee. Okay, except for Daslo, this is I bought this directly from the factory. Okay, so this is the sugarcane straw. It roughly came up to an average of 30 cent, 40 cent per piece. Okay, this is the smallest size. Okay, there's a bigger size, which for your your boba tea, bubble tea. Bigger straw. Okay, you can see the fiber. Okay, shows to the light. You can see the fiber. All right. The paper straw, if I'm not mistaken, was it was previously quite expensive. Now you can find it quite cheap. But the prices ranges from 5 cents up to 15 to 20 cents. So sometimes it depends on the packaging or the quality and so on. Although it's considered to be compostable, paper being coming from biological component. But I mean, personally, I have an issue with paper because paper basically requires a lot of energy to produce. So you lose a lot more water compared to the other types of material. So although it's good, it's biodegradable and so on, but is it good in the long term in terms of the energy need to produce paper? So I'll put that aside. And I have here, this is the rice straw. Yep, it works as a typical straw, but as I said, it's quite heavy, it's quite hard. I mean, probably you could drink it in plastic cups, but if it was your normal plastic cutpi, you may have problem of this punch hole. So this may be quite won't fit all uses of a plastic straw, so it may be quite specific. The price of this, I'm trying to remember, I think it was 8 cents, 12 cents. I think I got this off like the discount. So you're looking at something typical of 10 cents. Okay, OPT trunk straws, these are 10 cents per piece. If you buy them in larger quantities, they think that they can give you much cheaper price. But as I said, it's the price of a straw is not that significant if you was to add up the value of the cost of production, of cost of selling, water. Something is adding additional 10 cents or adding additional 5 cents. A difference between the 10 cents, for a normal coffee shop that probably have 100, 200 users. It's not much of a significant value. What more of a smaller setup. So, but for large fast food outlets, still it's quite insignificant of cost and value. So this is PLA. This is quite. I think it was this is 5 cents, 6 cents kind of thing. But as I said, PLA can come in various prices. I've come across things which are much pricier, 20 cents. But as I said, it's PLA has been quite hard to find in the market. They are imported into Malaysia. You don't have this locally. So So you have all these choices of possible biodegradable straws, okay, claim to be biodegradable. These are options in the market today. Yes, it's good to have to go, drink without the straws, but I mean that the experience of using a straw is totally different. Okay, so I'll share it with you later on the biodegradable. I'm probably gonna do a simple test and put them in the soil and just probably leave them there for 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, see what happens to these stores, and I'll update everyone what happens from there. So thank you for listening and have a good day. Bye bye.